Making sure this goes live. 1 sec. Okay. It is indeed live. Okay. Sorry. I just wanted to make sure everything is good to go. Alright. Well, welcome everybody to my. I'm live streaming this currently right now. So in the future, if you're wondering why I'm live streaming this, anyways, I'll be answering a bunch of questions that I had you guys ask on my Q&A video. Thanks for getting me to 2,500 subs. So last week I put out a video asking for questions, and I am going to answer those questions now. And yeah, for those of you in stream currently right now who are watching this, I will not be answering questions or even looking at chat, so that's why I put this here. Because I'm not going to be reading chat at all, because some of these questions might have people trying to correct me or something if I'm talking about Fairy Tail, which means they'll be spoiling stuff. So yeah, I won't be looking at chat at all. So sorry for that. But if you want to see an early release of this, that's why I'm live streaming this. Anyways, let's get started right away because we have 106 comments to go through. And Dark Wolf went through and deleted some of the comments that seemed a bit spoilery. There are, I don't know. He says there are a couple that sort of on the border of like almost spoiler, but hopefully I don't catch on. But we'll see. So yeah, I'm gonna go through here and see what we have. First question: which pairing do you ship in Fairy Tail? My OTP is Rogra, okay, followed by Nalu and then Erza. Okay, let's see. I know Nalu. That's Natsu and Lizana. Erza is probably Gray and Erza. I don't know what Rogara. It's probably Rogue and Erza. I don't know. Or no, there's no Z there. Rogara. I'm not sure. Anyways, my OTP. I don't know. I usually only ship things the show is showing us. So, like, Nalu is kind of a thing. Natsu Lucy is sort of a thing. People are saying it's sort of a thing. I'm still holding on to the belief that there is still like a brother or sister relationship kind of thing. Who else? Juvia and Gray is funny. Oh, the newest one is, the show's shown us anyways, is, Elfman and the, one girl from the Thunder Legion. That's like a new ship. I don't even know what the name it is, but that's like a new ship that's kind of set sailed recently. And then of course we have like Erza and Jellal and everything like that. And I'm cool with all of those ships, like even Gajil and like Levy, like that's a pretty good ship too. Yeah, just whatever the show's like is showing us is the ones that I really kind of flock to. Yeah. Alright, next question. How do you rank these wizards from weakest to strongest from what you've seen so far? Mira, Loxus, Erza, Natsu, Gildarts, and Makarov. So, weakest to strongest. Alright, weakest. Man. Weakest. I don't know. Like, okay, doesn't it go like, I don't know. They never really talk about how strong Mira and Erza are together, so they're probably like, you know, mismatched, like on par with each other. And it's been said that Loxus is stronger than Erza, so Loxus will be stronger. Or Loxus will be stronger than Erza. Natsu would probably be at the bottom. Yeah, I'd say Natsu at the bottom. Erza, Mira, Loxus. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if Gildarts or Makarov. Oh, that's tough. I'm gonna say Makarov, then Gildarts above that, because I feel like Gildarts is, like, he's in the field constantly, like, he's doing stuff with his magic and everything. He's constantly using his magic. And Makarov is sort of just, like, you know, being a master, hasn't been using his magic very much. He's probably got, like, a ton of big spells and stuff, but I feel like if Gildarts and Makarov, like, fought, like, I would probably guess that Gildarts would win. Yeah, and then the second question kind of lead up to that. Just making sure that fits on screen. Ooh, there's a couple questions here. Also, which character have you been your favorite antagonist so far? Even if they were now the protagonist. So like Gajil and Juvia, who used to be the bad guys, are now the good guys. Let's see, which character is your favorite antagonist? I'm gonna probably stick with Cobra. He's like my all-time favorite, mostly because of his name and his powers. Also, him being a Dragon Slayer helps. As you can tell, my banner that I put up here is just like a picture. These are my two favorite characters in the show. Actually, no, I'm gonna change that banner. I'm gonna make a new banner soon with 3 characters. I'm adding Mavis up here because I like Mavis a lot. Technically, Cabellios is a 3rd character too, but it's I kind of have Cabellios with Cobra in that picture. So yeah. Apparently my internet hiccuped there. So hopefully those of you live streaming can get back in. Who knows? Anyways, yeah, I'd probably put Mavis up here as my 3rd favorite, but yeah, I'm gonna be changing this, but yeah, my favorite antagonist is probably Cobra. He's a pretty cool character, just in general. So, alright, does it ever bother you that is almost no blood in Fairy Tail, despite the fact that one of the main characters uses swords? I did sort of think about that before. It doesn't bother me. They're not like killing each other. Well, there's a couple times people who actually died. But yeah, I don't mind not having blood. Like if it had like, you know, rotation, like ton of like a blood field, like every time someone like got hit, it would be like, you know, it would take away from the show, if anything. Cause it's all about like heart and family and all that stuff. So I don't know. I'm also out of frame. I'm sorry. I don't mind it. I don't mind not having blood. It's fine. Yeah. Hope that answers your question. Are you going to read the manga after the anime? I don't know. Maybe. I'll probably glance at a few parts that I wanted to read. Stuff like, you know, big events that happen. Stuff like the Cobra fight and Mystic and stuff. Like, just little things, I guess. And I guess the manga also shows some stuff that you can't, or not you can't show, but the manga and show might have 2 different sort of things in the between each other. Like the manga might show more stuff than the show can. So I don't know. I might glance at it and probably skip the bits that I already know, or something like that. I don't know. All right, this is a big question. Big question. Oops. Okay. Are you going to react to Red vs. Blue and X-Ray and Vav? Because I want you to. I am thinking about doing Red vs. Blue when the new season comes out. Actually, I'm gonna put this up lower. I'll just do that. Yeah. Go. Question 1. Yeah. I'm planning on doing Red vs. Blue. I don't know. We haven't heard anything on the new season of X-Ray and Vav. Might be entertaining. I do like X-Ray and Vav. It's pretty funny. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would totally do that. All right, second question: If you could make a Ruby T-shirt or other merch appear in the RT store, what would it be? I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe more Raven stuff. Raven merch. That'd be cool. Well, we don't know anything about Raven, so it's like it's always a vague sense of like, you know, what could be on the shirt kind of stuff, like her symbol, but we don't even know her symbol. I don't think we know the symbol. I don't remember. But yeah, I don't know. Probably more Team Ruby stuff, like silhouettes would be cool. Like a big group shot of like all the silhouettes of of Ruby, like all the silhouettes of the show, like all the characters. There's like 50 plus characters, but it will be cool. All right, and then hopefully this fits all. It does. Perfect. What semblance do you think you would have? Not which one you want, but would get. This might be fan theory, but Pura told John, I'm sure we will discover your semblance any day now. Many people have discovered it, not choose it. Yeah, like Nora, she didn't choose her semblance. She was just hyperactive, and her semblance made her more so. Yeah, pretty much. I think it is a subconscious, as subconsciously a person wants something, but they have no idea how it will manifest. Yeah. I don't know. For me, like, if I could choose, I'm not sure. Choosing is hard, like, for me anyways. But if it would be, like, a subconscious thing, like, you know, like, you notice, like, yeah, Nora didn't choose her thing, but because she was hyperactive, her semblance sort of picked her. For me, I'm not even sure what mine would be, like, even subconsciously. Like, I have no idea. That's a really hard question. I could probably choose one easier than just figuring out what my subconscious might choose. I mean, it's a dumb question, or dumb answer to that question, but I don't know. Crap, what was my other character? My other Q&A video, I made a character with like a semblance and everything. I can't remember what he does. I don't know. Look back at my other Q&A video and you'll see what kind of fan-made character I came up with if I were in Ruby. That's probably what my semblance would be. Is that. And then when is the Ruby games coming back? Soon. I'm waiting for a program to kind of update so that way I can change things. Right now the program that I'm looking at is a game called Ultimate Arena. Hopefully this audio is like fine. This sounds fine. Yeah, so the game is called Ultimate Arena. It allows you to basically do what I've been doing for my other Ruby games, and kind of adding all the characters into the arena, and then throwing them against each other, kind of thing. But this game allows you, shows you a map of where all the characters are currently in the arena, and like actually shows them walking around and who's next to each other and who's about to fight, that kind of thing. It's really, really cool. And it's a lot better than well, almost better. It's not there quite yet because we still waiting for the update. But it's really better than the other website that I went to before. Because the game also shows you that kind of like readout, like the news info on like what's happening every second, or not every second, but every minute or whatever. So I really want to use Ultimate Arena. But I want to wait until they update it, so that way I can actually change the events, so it's more like Ruby games instead of Hunger Games, like, right? Because it's using like the Hunger Games sort of like template in a way. So I'm waiting for that update, so that way I can actually change the events to make it more Ruby-ish, so that way we can actually do it. So that's why it's taken so long to come back. I really want to use Ultimate Arena. It's really fun. Just by like I did a stream a couple times. If you look back at my I don't remember if it's on my main channel or my backup channel. One of those. I did a live stream with me just messing around with the program, just testing it, doing stuff. So if you want to go check that out and see sort of what I'm talking about, then go check that out. It's really fun. Alright, next. Does that fit? Yeah, okay. If you could go on an adventure with one Ruby character on Remnant, you get a weapon, semblance, and you know how to use them, who would you choose? Oh man. Go on an adventure with one character. I don't know. it's really hard. Like I don't want to constantly just keep picking like my main favorites. I'm kind of thinking of what character would be fun to kind of hang out with for an adventure. Like Nora would be funny. Nora would be pretty funny to hang out with during an adventure. Jean would probably get wrecked or something, and I have to save him. I don't know. Depending on how like trained I am. I mean, you said you know how to use the weapon that you choose. So, I don't know. If I'm trying to remember what I chose. My personal character that I chose last Q&A video. I think I used, it was like a staff with like a element at the very end, and then the butt end of the staff had a sword, like a well, I didn't say a katana. It was like a sword, whatever. But that can be detached, so that I can use the sword and the staff like in both hands, kind of thing. I'm pretty sure that's what I chose. And then I don't remember the semblance that I chose. What was it? Shoot. I don't remember. I remember the staff I can slam into the ground and like an element would like flood the area with like a certain element that I chose, and then I can take advantage of that. But I can't remember the semblance. I can't remember my semblance. Shoot. But yeah, I'd say probably like, I don't know, anybody from Team Ruby, like Blake. I mean, Blake would be cool. Just to hang out with Blake and go on an adventure with. Yang would be cool. Weiss would be cool. Ruby, all them. Ren, Pyrrha, Penny. Oh my god, I want to go on. I want to go on an adventure with Penny. That would be great. Yeah, Penny would be cool. Yeah, it'd be interesting to go with Penny. Yeah, I guess my answer. Let's go on with Penny. Be fun thing. If you go on a road trip with one Ruby character on Earth, I guess they keep their weapon and semblance. I don't know what type of road trip they would need them on, but whatever road trip you would take the character on is up to you. Who would? Probably who would you choose? Road trip on Earth. Shoot. I'd probably choose Penny again, to be honest. Having like a living robot would be awesome. I mean, she doesn't act like a robot. Well, sometimes she does. She kind of like sometimes acts. I mean, when we first saw her, she started to act like a robot. But that's because she was still like naive to the world. But like, yeah. I mean, Volume 3, she acted just like a normal person. Like, there was no like robotic bit there, unless you count the magnet as something that could happen. But yeah, probably Penny. Either not Penny, then probably like, I don't know, Ruby, because Ruby might be like really enthusiastic about like looking at everything. Weiss would be pretty. I don't know what the word would be, but Weiss would probably be. I don't know. Weiss would be pretty like meh about the whole thing. Maybe, I don't know. It depends on. I don't know. It depends on where we go, actually. Blake would probably enjoy it, maybe. Yang would probably enjoy it too. I don't know, I'm just kind of trying to think of different characters. Crow might be drunk the entire time. Well, he is drunk all the time, but he'd probably pick more. I don't know. A couple of months ago, or like, I guess a couple years now, like 2 years ago, when I moved up to Washington, I did a road trip for a week from New Mexico to Washington. We went up the entire West Coast, not the coast, but we went up north for a week. We went over through because we've always been to Washington, Oregon, and California. So we went up to like through Nevada and Iowa or Idaho, not Iowa. Well, yeah. We went up the right side of all the left states. So that was pretty fun, and it was pretty entertaining too, because like really cool sights we've never seen before yet. But yeah, I'd probably take them up there, or just cross country, just like west to east or east to west or whatever. Be cool. Yeah. All right. That's probably why I choose Penny more often than anything. Okay. What are you gonna do when you can't watch Fairy Tail in dub because, you know, not all the episodes are not out in dub if we finish the sub. No, I will not finish in the sub. I've decided to keep with the dub, and if I catch up to the dub, then I take a little break, and then come back to Fairy Tail after a couple episodes have been dubbed and released. And then I'll just kind of continue that kind of trend. Just catch up with the dub, wait a little bit, wait until they release a big like group of videos, and then react to them, and then so on and so forth. So I'd be constantly behind, but I'm so invested in the characters in the dubbed. Like, I know the voices. I know all the voices of all the characters. So if I go into the subbed, I'd have to relearn all the voices again. And I don't understand Japanese characters, so it's very hard for me to kind of gauge their emotions and like what they're feeling. So that's why I like dub a lot, because that way you can hear the emotion in the character and actually understand it, and I don't have to read all the words and everything, because if you don't know, sometimes I flub words even if I'm like reading it. I do it too, and so I would probably constantly be like pausing and like reading like big sentences if they're saying it like really quickly. There's a funny thing in One Piece where that happened, where Saitama's I can't remember his name. Shoot, Saitama's apprentice, the cyborg guy. I can't remember his name. Shoot. Sorry, I can't remember. But he like early on, he explains his whole life story like to Saitama like really quickly. I had to keep pausing it to like to read it all because it kept going really quickly. If that was in dub, I could just like hear it and just like, you know, laugh at it or whatever and react to it. But yeah, I'm gonna stick with dub as long as I can, and stay with it. I don't think I am gonna go with the sub. I know sometimes like the OVAs, they're in constant subs. They're not in dubs yet. I might just watch those in subbed. Oh, I probably will watch those in subbed. But I'm not gonna watch the show in subbed. Not yet, I don't think. I don't know. It depends on what happens. I know they're going on hiatus. And the show's keeping up with the, or no, the manga's gone. I can't remember which is gone. Manga is on hiatus. Is the show going on hiatus or the manga? I don't remember. But one of them is going on hiatus. The dub is still going. So hopefully the dub can catch up quicker to the newer episodes and everything. But yeah, that's my answer. Sticking with the dub until undetermined. Until undetermined. Alright. I have two questions. Will you ever set up P.O. Box so we can send you mail? Or send fan mail. I thought about it, and I looked at the prices, and it's pretty expensive. It's like $20 for a little tiny small box that can fit like 10 letters. That's it. The box can only fit like that much for like $20. And then there's boxes that can fit like, you know, big crates of stuff, and those are like $200 a month, which is ridiculous. So I don't know what I might do with that. Who knows? I might get the little box at some point, but I mean, if I can get like some kind of like fan donation support sort of deal going, then maybe you guys can help me pay for it, and that way you guys can send stuff to it. I don't know. It's kind of a vague sense in that site, but I'd like to have a P.O. box. It'd be cool to guys to send fan mail stuff. And then the second question, can you do an Ichi impression? God damn it. If I have to, I'm probably gonna have to. Alright, let's I'm gonna hate myself for this. God damn it. Okay, I'm gonna just do this quick, like just a little expression, whatever. if I can hold a straight face, I'm gonna do it. I'm probably gonna crack up before I can spit it out. God damn it! It's so dumb. Alright, here we go. Man. Something like that, I don't know. I couldn't hold it for very long. Alright, it's dumb. Let's move on. What do you think of Fairy Tail so far? I like Fairy Tail so far. It's kind of going towards that, like, all the characters in this show are getting like strong, like normal animes do. Like the main, well, Natsu's not the main character, but like Natsu, for example, like just getting stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. Same with Gray and Lucy, like all of them just keep getting stronger. So it's cool to kind of see them evolve and like mature. Well, kind of mature. Natsu is still kind of the same, but it's cool to see them sort of blossom into something more. Yeah, it's very, very cool. And I can't wait to see more. And I've said it in one of my discussion videos too on Fairy Tail, that I would love to see more than just like an apocalyptic event, like for them to tackle. Because like all like the main arcs are always about like big apocalyptic, like world-ending events. So I'd like to see something more beyond that, like world development, like going to a different kingdom, going to a different village, learning about just stuff like that, just like kind of random stuff, maybe like internal stuff, like maybe more like the Battle for Fairy Tail arc where Loxus like kind of like goes crazy. More stuff like that might be interesting. More backstory for characters, that sort of thing. It'd be kind of cool to see a lot more backstory. We've had a lot of arcs that like are focused on one character, but there are still a ton of characters we don't know about yet, like backstory wise. So yeah, but yeah, to answer your question, Fairy Tail is very, very cool so far, and I'm still enjoying it. Yeah, still really enjoying it. That's my answer. It's usually shows once you like watch it a bunch, you start to have like doubts on if you're gonna keep watching or whatever. I'm still full on watching it. Gonna watch Fairy Tail. So yeah. Yeah. Next question. Who would win in a fight, Happy from Fairy Tail or Zwei from Ruby? Death battle. Hopefully that fits. Okay, perfect. Who would win? Happy Zwei would win because he's invincible. Zwei would definitely win a fight. He's like the fan name for him is the Cannonball Dog. Because in Ruby, the little dog Zwei turns into like a little cannonball, and one of the characters in the show bats him with like a baseball bat, and he turns into flames, spinning really quickly down like this big corridor, and smashes right into a big thing. I'm not gonna say exactly what it is for those of you who have not seen Ruby, but that's I'm trying to be as vague as possible. Yeah, he's like the invincible dog. He can't die. He's like awesome. So I'd say Zwei would probably win in that fight between the two characters. Alright, next. Have you ever considered doing a gaming channel, or is everything you do now too time consuming? But congrats on 25k. Or 2500. Like doing just gaming channel, like, cause I do gaming live streams and stuff where I talk with you guys while I'm doing games. So I'm sort of like a bit of both, but I'm more like reaction channel than anything. But it's what I do. Is everything you do now too time consuming? It's not that it's too time consuming. It's I don't want to overdo things. If you know my I guess if you're answering that question, you don't really know. Okay, my ideals on the whole doing Fairy Tail every single day is I don't want to overdo it. Early on when I did Fairy Tail, I did videos every day where I uploaded. It got to the point where I started doing too much, and it became not only stressful, but it became just too much. It became like really just hard to do. So that's why I split to 3 times a week. That way I have days off, and I have things to like recover from what happened, or whatever, recover from the events that came to place in Fairy Tail, or Ruby, or any kind of other show I'm watching. Like the new show that I'm watching, Fate Zero. The first episode had a lot of stuff to talk about, so I'm sort of off and on trying to kind of relearning what I learned in that episode, so that way it's like built into my mind. So it just takes some time to kind of recuperate and kind of remember everything that happens. So that's why, yeah, just in case you didn't know about that. And yeah, thanks for everybody who's subs to me. It was really cool to reach that amount. Seeing how I reached 1,000 on New Year's. It was cool to see that, you know, already 4 months into 2016, I hit, you know, 2,500 subs. So it's very, very cool. Yeah, and to answer the gaming question, I don't know if I should upload like. I mean, I could upload just a gaming channel, of me just playing maybe playthroughs of games or like that sort of thing. But I sort of see that my live streams are sort of that in a way, where I play like for like 3 or 4 hours on a game and then just kind of upload it. And then if you guys kind of like that series, I can keep playing that on live streams. I kind of like that better than just having a gaming channel, because if I have a gaming channel, then I'd have to do like hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of one game, and then upload it and find out no one cares really for that game. So I wasted like, you know, hours of hours on playing a game. So I'm gonna stick with the live streams for now for gamings. So yeah. Next question. That question took a little too long, but it's fine. Will you please react to Elfin Lied? Also, what are some things you're planning on reacting to? Elfin Lied. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I've always had like a mental list of shows to kind of consider, but I've always kind of stuck with kind of genres that I like. I don't really tend to flock towards like romance stuff or that kind of thing. I like fighting and like fantasy sort of themes, that sort of thing. I'm currently reacting to Fate Zero, which has an awesome premise, and I hear it has some pretty awesome fight scenes in it too, so I'm looking forward to that. After that, I'm going to be reacting to the other Fate series. I can't remember off the top of my head what it's called, but it's the other Fate series. And then there's a couple other Sword Art Online sort of esque animes that because I watched Sword Art Online by myself on one of my breaks, and it saddens me that you guys missed my reaction to it, because I loved Sword Art Online so much. And I, for myself, I would like to go back and see some of my reactions to the show, but I never recorded it, because it was just me in bed, like, sick. Like, I was like, deathly sick, just in my bed, laying down, watching Sword Art. So, I would have wished to record it, but there's 2 shows that I have on my list. Not a mental list, I have a list physically on my computer, of 2 shows that I'm going to watch, at some point. I don't know when I'm gonna react to it, but it's like later on, like way down the line. Well, not probably way. I don't know. Depends on when I do it. Anyways, 2 shows that sort of have the same feel as Sword Art, and that sort of thing. So I had those on my list to watch. I can't remember the names off my top of my head either. Because if I click away from the screen, actually, I almost gonna do that. I'm gonna hide the question for right now. Do that. Do that. Nope, that's the wrong one. Do that. Okay. So, it is Fate Zero, Fate Stay Night, UB-dub, or whatever, TV anime. Log Horizon, which I was told has very strong Sword Art Online vibes. And then Grimgar, which also has Sword Art Online vibes. So those are the 4 that I have physically on my watch list. But there have been a lot of animes that I've had mentally that people suggest, and I sort of just keep an eye out whenever I'm looking for anime to watch, and then I kind of research it, and if it seems to be kind of a weird kind of genre, like a romance or, you know, that kind of thing, I tend to stay away from those, because they don't really get me interested in the show too much. So it depends on the genre of the show, really. So. Alright, next. Just want to say I've been following since about 150. Oh yeah, I forgot to do. Okay, I apologize for those who thought I was playing Enter the Gungeon. I forgot to change that. Let me go entertainment. Okay, I apologize for anyone who thought I was playing the game. On YouTube, if you live stream, you can have a category set to your thing. Anyways, just want to say I've been following since about 150, and man, you grew fast. Yeah, I did. Also, could you do the Ruby vids that Jack the one-man band does, like theories and breakdowns on the episodes when they return? Yeah, I sort of do, or later in my discussions for Ruby, or video rations for Ruby, I started adding discussions to the very end of the video. And those sort of, like, people liked those a lot, me, like, talking with somebody and talking about my theories and all that stuff. So, yeah, I definitely do it for when Ruby comes back. I'm going to be watching Ruby Chibi when it comes out. That's going to be hilarious to watch. Also, Camp Camp. Camp Camp is a new show that Rooster Teeth is doing as well. I plan on reacting to that as well. But yeah, Ruby Chibi seems to be, like, maybe... we have nothing about what it's going to be, so I can't really speculate. But it might be, like, a friendlier kind of version of Ruby with, like, no kind of blood, dark like that Ruby went. So this is, like, the lighthearted kind of side of Ruby. Hopefully, maybe. It'd be really funny if it isn't, and it's, like, totally, like, hardcore dark chibi. It'll be hilarious. But, yeah, I'm gonna be watching Ruby when it comes back later this year, I think. And yeah, I'd probably do some breakdowns of episodes and theories and stuff. I've only had, like, one major theory for Ruby that I came out with about Cinder's, like, glove, and, like, it's called my artifact theory. If you look at my channel on my playlists, you could probably find my Ruby theories, I think I called it, I can't remember. I only did one video, but if I had big theories, like huge theories, I'd definitely make a video for it. It would be cool. And that theory that I made for Ruby, the artifacts theory, it still sort of holds true, but it's sort of twisted now that we know that Salem is a person. So I might kind of rehash that theory when Ruby comes back. So just keep that in mind. Alright, do people stare at you when you walk past them because of your beard? P.S. I like your beard and your vids. Yeah, they do. But in Washington, a bunch of people have, like, big beards. Or that I've seen anyways. Especially in my town. My town has a bunch of, like, biker gang guys, and which is kind of funny because we're such a small town that we don't have, like, much of anything, but we have, like, a huge kind of community in a way. And yeah, a bunch of biker gangs and kind of, like, old guys that have, like, huge beards and stuff. But I've seen a lot of people with, like, big bushy beards and stuff, and a few people, like, biker dudes with, like, what I have. But yeah, it's sort of commonplace in my town, which is kind of funny. Even though I never grew up in this town, I grew up in Oregon, in Beaverton, Oregon, and then I moved down to California for a couple years, and then I moved back up to Oregon, and then I moved to New Mexico. I lived there for 4 years. That's where I grew my beard. I first grown this in New Mexico, and I was legitimately the only person in the entire town with a beard like this. So when I lived there, yes, everyone constantly commented on it, saying that they like it and all like that. And then I moved up here to Washington, and it's pretty much just commonplace here. Everybody has a big beard or whatever, so it's pretty funny to see people walking around town, and just because they're like it's kind of like beard bros, like, whenever you have, like, if you see bus drivers, whenever bus drivers, like, see each other, they always go, like, they honk their horn, like, whatever, wave at them or whatever. That's pretty much what people with big beards do. They like look at each other and go like, "It's cool beard." That's pretty much what we do. It's really funny. All right, next question. Have you seen so many different editing studios and? Oh wait. Since you've seen so many editing studios and such, what do you think would be your favorite studio you've seen so far? I say studio since pinning it down to one person would be hard enough as it is. Favorite studio? Oh man, I don't know. I really liked the way Sword Art Online was, how it was animated and shown and everything. I love Rooster Teeth's studio, the editing studio for Rooster Teeth. They their kind of style and everything is really, really nice and unique. So I'd probably say Rooster Teeth as an editing studio. They're going above and beyond every year. They're getting better and better and better and better and better. And right now, season 3 of Ruby seems to be like top dog in terms of quality. Well, not top dog, but like in my eyes, they're very, very good. So yeah, I'd probably go with Rooster Teeth. But like Sword Art Online, like Fairy Tail Studio, I haven't got to their latest episodes. Or Sword Art Online, I know all of, but and their editing style was really, really good. And I liked it a lot. So far, right now where I'm at in Fairy Tail, I like the editing a lot. And it's very funny at times. I haven't got to the newest episodes yet, so I can't like speculate on if they get better or worse. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, to answer the question, Rooster Teeth, probably, yeah. Yeah, Rooster Teeth. Juvia asks, opinions on Team Natsu so far, and what do you think of the other guilds, i.e. Lamia Scale, Sabretooth, Blue Pegasus, etc.? Love your reactions, keep up the great work, and congrats. Thank you. So Team Natsu so far. Well, we just watched the latest 3 episodes, and I know this comment came 6 days ago, so this was before I saw the new Team Fairy Tail in the games. Yeah, they're like I said before, they're getting stronger and stronger with every arc. They're getting like, you know, more and more powerful. So it's gonna be interesting to see like how powerful. Since we know they have their second origin unlocked, most of Team Natsu and then some, even Levi and like who else was there? I know Jet and Troy, they took off before they can get their second origin, so they don't have a second origin. But yeah, it's basically Team Natsu who has the second origin. It's gonna be really cool to see what Natsu is capable of now. Also Gray hasn't had a fight yet. He kind of got curb stomped on the first games. But yeah, they're hopefully pretty powerful right now. And what do you think of the other guilds? Lamia Scale is interesting. Their guildmaster is pretty funny. Constantly like, you know, spinning people or whatever. And the members are pretty like random in a sense. In one of my discussions, I talked about how all the guilds sort of have like a theme going for them. Fairy Tail is mostly about like heart, like, you know, family kind of thing. Like everyone's a part of the family. That's like their theme. Lamia Scale is pretty hard to like. I don't know. It's sort of hard to pin down on what their theme is. Sabretooth is all about like, you know, iron strong, like be the very best. There's no exceptions, sort of thing. Like, you know, hard, like military-esque sort of style determination. Blue Pegasus is all about like their theme is always like kind of glittery, kind of pretty boys, that sort of thing. Like that's their kind of theme. And then the other guilds, Quattro Cerberus, that is now known as Quattro Puppies in the games. Their theme's all about dogs, right? So it's like every guild has sort of a theme, but Lamia Scale is like really kind of vague in their kind of theme. Like they seem strong. They have Jura and Leon and all them. But there's not really a theme there. They're just like a guild, so it's kind of hard to pin them down. And like people like Mermaid Heel and stuff like that, like their theme is girls. They have a lot of girls, or only girls. They don't allow boys in their guilds, so that's like their theme. So yeah, that's sort of what I think. And they're all strong. Every single one of them is all strong, except like Cerberus or puppies. I mean, Quattro Puppy. They're sort of on the bottom end. Well, they are the bottom end of the event right now. But they all have their traits and their own special things to them, and it's pretty cool to see all the different kind of variations of wizard out there. You'll see Fairy Tail soon. in Japanese, and then what anime will you see after Fairy Tail? Naruto, please. I've seen Naruto. I've seen enough of Naruto not to be blind. I haven't seen the latest episode, so I don't know him going into like the god form or whatever, or whatever form it is. It's like glowing form, whatever. But I've seen enough not to not be, you know, it wouldn't be interesting to watch. Yeah, I'm gonna see season 2, but not in Japanese. I'll stay in dub. And then yeah, what anime do you see after? Yeah, like I was saying before, I have a couple shows in mind. I'm just gonna keep this open just in case I need to refer back to it. Yeah, Log Horizon, Grimgar, all of that. I'll try to do like if I catch up to Fairy Tail, I'll start a new series to do every once in a while. So I'm gonna try to constantly have at least 2 shows going at one time. I'll try to do that. I'll try to do 2 shows at one time. And if I keep doing my 3-episode video sort of schedule that I've been doing, I could potentially go through a ton of shows like within like a month or 2. So yeah, but I'm gonna keep trying to do two shows on my channel at any given time. So right now it's Fairy Tail and Fate Zero. So when Fairy Tail is when I'm caught up to the subbed, or dubbed, I mean, but like yeah, when I'm caught up to the dub, I'll pause Fairy Tail and I'll go do another show, like Grimgar or, you know, whatever, and then when Fairy Tail comes back with like a big batch of dub episodes, I'll react to it and then go back to the show. Ugh. Sorry, I'm like talking so much. My throat's hurting. Okay, where are you from? I'm from everywhere. Oops. My cursor went crazy. Where are you from? Okay, so yeah, I'm from the west coast of the United States. Like I said, I've lived in Oregon, I've lived in California, I live in Washington right now, and I've lived in New Mexico. So I've lived in like the entire west side of the United States. I grew up in Oregon, Washington, so like, yeah, I'm from the northwest of the U.S. It's a really cool state. It's very pretty. A lot of trees and like a lot of, you know, huge valleys that you can like overlook everywhere, and it's a very, very cool place to be. I like it a lot, and occasional rain is always nice. I lived in New Mexico for 4 years. It is so good to have rain every once in a while, because in New Mexico we never had rain. It was a dry heat all the time. The humidity was very, very like low. It was what do they call it? It was like, I can't remember what they called the heat, but it never rains. It never does anything. We had the occasional storm, like lightning storms. Lightning storms in New Mexico were very, very cool to see. But I do like Washington and Oregon and all that for all the weather, because it's so nice to get changed every once in a while. Like right now, it's starting to heat up outside in Washington, and we have occasional like kind of like, you know, whatever rain that comes through and like drenches the area, so that way it's all, you know, cold again, whatever. It's a nice little environment to live in, is Washington. It was in New Mexico or California. We lived in the Mojave Desert in California. Again, is like we lived in deserts and like forests. So, but yeah, that's pretty much where I'm from, the west coast of the United States. Can you react to One Punch Man? Otherwise, keep doing your videos. You're so awesome. Yeah, I watched all of One Punch Man. The reason why I watched all of it, not because I didn't want to react to it. I wanted to react to it, but there's been so much takedown notices and like hardcore, like, you know, copyright stuff on other people's channels who have done One Punch Man, that I did not want to get into that. I didn't want to get my channel shut down because I did one episode of One Punch Man or anything like that. So I watched it myself. I love it. I can't wait until it comes back. When it does come back, I'll find a way. I will do a reaction to One Punch Man. So keep that in mind. I love it. I love it so much. And I actually read the manga after the fact. After I watched the One Punch Man, all of it. I watched the manga of it, or read the manga, to the point where I know what's gonna come next, but I cannot wait until it's animated. Like, it's so good. Like, I cannot wait. And it's gonna be so exciting to see how they're gonna animate it and everything like that. It's really cool. I'm too lazy to ask a question, but congrats on 25K. Well, thank you so much. Can you please react to Owari on zeref/serif of the end? All right, I'll keep that in mind. I think another person did that, right? Who asked me that? Hold on, just scrolling up to see who. Oh, Elfin lied. Okay. No, that's the wrong one. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Can you please make a reaction to the anime Haikyuu? I'm bad at pronunciation, I'm sorry. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. I should actually put a list of all the different shows to think of. I've been wondering, on a scale of 1 to 10, how epic do you consider your goatee to be? And do you think if your goatee is epic enough, will it be able to solve world hunger and free our world from the clutches of the Illuminati? And then right below that is Space Cowboys, his best question ever. That's interesting. A scale from 1 to 10, how epic do you consider your goatee to be? I consider it pretty epic, and I want it to get longer. I want it to get like so long that like I'm like a kung fu master, you know, like they have like, you know, beards all the way down to like their legs, you know, like of like a beard. Right now the longest it is to there. That's the longest it is right now. So in terms of my face, it's like up above my widow's peak. I would probably consider it maybe a 9. And do you think your goatee is epic enough? Will it be able to solve world hunger and free our world from the clutches of the Illuminati? That is quite the question. Obviously not world hunger, but it could potentially free the world from the clutches of the Illuminati. Who knows? Time will only tell. Alright, moving on. Can you react to fairy tale spoof/crack videos? A lot of them are really funny. I actually thought about that. I thought about having Darkwolf get a bunch of videos for me, so that way I can request from the creators of the crack videos if I could watch them on my channel. If you don't know what I do for AMVs and stuff like that, I ask permission to the people who make the video. I ask them if they're okay with me reacting to it. Because in the past, I've just reacted to the video just like fine, and I went through like a couple months where like it was totally fine, everyone was cool and everything, and then I got to the point where a couple people, it was right when the Fine Bros started coming out with their videos, and everyone had like the big kind of snafu about like reaction channels or whatever, and a bunch of people all of a sudden their perception on the whole thing changed, and all of a sudden they started hating me, pretty much, for reacting to their videos without permission. So I changed the whole channel over to asking everyone permission, which sucks because now I can't watch everything that I wanted to. I'm waiting for everything to be approved. And there have been so many videos that are in limbo right now because no one's getting back to me because apparently, or not apparently, but I guess they have something against reactions and stuff like that. But yeah, that's sort of my life. But yeah, I totally do crack videos for Fairy Tail. Just gotta make sure they're like not spoilery, and that should be good. Alright, next. Can you say your favorite Dragon Slayers in order? Oh gosh. In order. We haven't seen Sting or Rogue fight. We've seen Sting do like that kind of like he ate the arrow and then like spit like, you know, whatever, like a beam of energy, like, you know, through that guy or whatever, through the wall. So we've seen like sort of what Sting is capable of, but not really. and that wasn't even a roar. That was just like him spitting. Like, so I can't really consider them on my favorites, but they're there. They're pretty cool that we know of so far. Like I said, we don't know their power yet. So I'm not gonna speculate on where they stand in the list. Let's see, my least favorite Dragon Slayer. Least favorite. Oh man, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for whichever character I say. They're all really good characters. They all have their own kind of quirks and like funny quirks, that sort of thing. I'm gonna stick with my favorite as Cobra. Second is probably Loxus because he's such a badass, you know, whatever he does. Then probably Natsu. Yeah, Natsu would probably be below Loxus in terms of favorite. Actually, yeah. I was gonna switch around Loxus and Natsu, but yeah. So Cobra, Loxus, Natsu. Then probably Windy Gajil, I think. I like Gajil a lot, and so don't think that my least favorite Dragon Slayer is like bad or anything. They're all awesome. But I like Windy's personality a little bit more than Gajil's. Not to say that his is bad or anything. He just kind of has like that kind of like bad boy sort of like kind of personality to him. So yeah, I like Windy's character design and character style more than Gajil's. Though Gajil has had some pretty epic moments, so I'm not taking that lightly. Then between Sting and Rogue, I don't know. I like Sting more than Rogue because it's Michael Jones who who voices the characters Sun Wukong in Ruby, who is also part of Achievement Hunter in Rooster Teeth, that sort of thing. He's a big kind of face for Rooster Teeth, and I can't wait to see Barbara, the voice of Yang, in Ruby, or not Ruby, voice of Yang in Ruby, but I want to see her in Fairy Tail because she has a character in Fairy Tail that I haven't seen yet. So it should be interesting to see who she plays and who she is, that sort of thing. Yeah. So I mean, that's sort of my favorites in like a list. Okay. What do you think, or who do you think would win in a fight between Erza and Gajil? Erza would win. Erza would definitely win. She has that blade that can cut anything. Like, two apparently. She has two of them. Yeah, I definitely say Erza would win between Gajil and her. Yeah. Easy question. What are you... Does that fit? Almost fits. Okay, so, it says, what are your opinions on Sting and Rogue so far? What is your favorite guild, excluding Fairy Tail? And on the flip side, what is your favorite Dark Guild so far? Sorry, excuse me. Kind of a popular question, but could you give a list off all the different enemies you have seen? Oh man. And I've seen. Jesus Christ. Okay, and then the very bottom here is just like, hope you're enjoying Fairy Tail so far. It's been it's been great watching your reactions / discussions. Thank you. Okay, so my opinions on Sting and Rogue so far. They're third generation Dragon Slayers. And we haven't seen them fight, like I said. We've only seen Sting use his spit like attack thing, which is very, very powerful, just that. So I don't know. Rogue seems to be like kind of questioning the guild, Sabretooth, which I like a lot. I like that sort of like character development to a character we haven't met yet. We know that the guild is like very strict, like, and wants to like be the strongest kind of thing. And Sting and Rogue have been there since the beginning. I'm assuming, since they're one of the 5. So they're starting to... Rogue definitely is starting to feel like the guild is not in the right. Like, they've seen all these other guilds, like Fairy Tail and everything, that has like the heart of like family and everything. So it's really, really cool to me to see Rogue's kind of like inner inner self questioning his guild and everything. Though he never talks. That's the best part. They're doing it so well that they're showing him at the right times where he's legitly questioning the guild. And Sting is sort of does that. Like, he did it once or twice. But he's still pretty wholeheartedly for the guild still. But yeah, I can't wait to see more from them. I know they're going to be in the 2v2 battles with somebody. We know that they're with Fairy Tail now. So I wonder if Sting or Rogue are going to be in it. It might be like Minerva and Olga, or whatever. The strong. Oh, I think Minerva is like the strongest one. Did they ever say who's the strongest one of the 5? I don't know. Sting called her Milady, so I mean she could be like the strongest. I don't know. But yeah, can't wait to see more from them. And then, what is your favorite guild excluding Fairy Tail? I don't know. What's my favorite guild? My favorite guild would probably be Wendy's old guild. Shoot, what was the name of the guild? Can't remember. Dang. I can't remember the name of the of Wendy's guild. But I'd probably choose that one as my favorite. It was very emotional when that happened. It was very, very cool. That gave Wendy like a ton of backstory, like in one episode. It was very, very sad to see that. I'd probably say that guild. The old man and the guild and everything. That was very, very cool. On the flip side, what was your favorite Dark Guild so far? Oh man, Dark Guild. How many Dark Guilds have we seen? We've seen Grimoire Heart, we've seen the Eurasian Sais, and then the Neo-Eurasian Sais. Oh yeah, we saw a bunch of the other, like, kind of one-off Dark Guilds that have, like, the themes. Like, the Writers Guild or whatever, like, the Dark Guild that wrote, or drew pictures. They drew pictures of things, and they brought it to life. We saw them, and we saw, like, the monkey ones, the ones that Lucy defeated once. I don't know. I'd probably have to say Eurasian Sais because it has Cobra in it. And, like, yeah, the original Eurasian Sais, I like them. The Neo-Eurasian Sais is pretty weird, and, like, it seems like they're all, like, puppets. Like, well, they were all puppets, pretty much. But, yeah, they're kind of look really weird. At least the original Eurasian Sais, they had, like, they all were just them. They were all them, they all had, like, a goal to achieve and everything. The Neo-Eurasian Sais, they gave up so much to become strong that they became puppets. So, yeah, my favorite Dark Guild, the Eurasian Sais, is my answer. Kind of popular question, yeah, what can you list off all the different animes you watch? Okay, so, I've seen One Punch Man, I've seen that on myself. I've watched Sword Art Online by myself. Fairy Tail, Ruby, even though a lot of people say Ruby's not anime, I call it anime. What else? I've seen a crap ton of One Piece. I kind of dropped off near the end, but they have like 700 episodes or something like that. So yeah, I've seen a crap ton of that. Probably like up to 500, I think, is when I stopped watching. I love One Piece. It's a great show. I've seen a lot of Naruto. I've seen shows like, Pokemon, Digimon, a little bit of Beyblade, which is really funny. Trying to think of all like the cartoon ones that I've seen that to Americans they're just cartoons, but like to the world they're anime. Like Pokemon is an anime. To Americans it's just like a kids show, but yeah, it's an anime show. I don't know. I can't remember all. I'd have to like think about it for like quite a long time. All the different ones I've seen, and I've seen animes before where I watch like the oh yeah, I've seen Fate Zero. Well, not all of it, but I'm watching Fate Zero now. But I'd have to like really think about it because there have been a lot of times where I watch an anime, like the beginning episode or like the pilot or like a couple episodes, and then they drop off. I just don't care about the show at all. I can't remember any of those because I only watched like 1 or 2 episodes and then dropped off. So I don't know. Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh! Was also the other one that I watched. I dropped off for that too, but I watched a ton of it before I dropped off. Yeah, I mean, just like to me, like they're like the big animes, but I'm now watching Fairy Tail, which is like one of the bigger ones, and I watched One Piece, which was a big one. So yeah, hope that answers your question. And like I said, there have been a ton more animes that I have watched, but I don't remember them. Would you ever watch Fairy Tail Abridged, Not to Abridged, or DBZ? Oh, Dragon Ball Z. That's another one that I watched. Anyways, Fairy Tail Bridge. I thought about doing a Fairy Tail Bridge, but at the same time, I think I'll save it for like personal stuff, like just me like watching it by myself. Because a lot of times some of the jokes and stuff with the abridged kind of fall flat, and they're like kind of really, really unfunny. I know for Ruby, there's a bunch of kind of abridged series that came out for it, like 3 or 4 of them, and there have been a couple of them that are like really funny, like hilarious. And then there's other ones that just fall flat. Like every joke is like really bad. So I don't know. It's always a tough call to see if I would watch, like react to a Fairy Tail Abridged series. I don't see me watching Naruto Abridged. And I've seen a DBZ Abridged series before. And it was pretty good. Not the best, but it did have some pretty good voices and stuff in it. It made it really funny. Yeah, I don't know. I still don't really know what to do with the Bridge series yet. Yeah. Your theory, how Mavis died, and do you think there is a lot of God Slayers and other Dragon Slayers? Okay, so far we know... Okay, I'll answer the first question. How Mavis died. I don't know. It's going to be pretty sad to see how she died if we ever get a flashback. Or, like, information on how she died. I'm hoping it's, like, something, not painful. Or, like... Because I like Mavis a lot, and I don't want her to be, like, in pain when she died, kind of thing. But she's still kind of... She's corporeal now. Maybe she gave up her body. Like, it's not like she's, like, a living kind of entity, like... Only Fairy Tail kind of knows. That'd be interesting. It would be really interesting if she gave up her life in order to live as a ghost, sort of thing. It seems like her powers, like... She said at one point when she revived Fairy Tail from the Fairy Sphere that she was corporeal and she used her remaining energy to bring them back. Or No. It was she used her remaining energy to activate Fairy Sphere. Or Fairy Sphere. Not Fairy Sphere. No. Fairy Sphere. So I don't know how much of energy she has left. I mean, she's in the games right now. She's like, watching the games. It'll be interesting to see how much energy she has left. And yeah, that's that sort of thing. It's gonna be really sad to see how she died though. Hopefully we get to see stuff like that. And then yeah, do you think there are a lot of God Slayers and other Dragon Slayers? I said way back when we first met, like Gajil, that I'd love to see a ton of different kind of variations of Dragon Slayers, different elements, right? Like, so we have fire, we have iron, sky. Lox is a lightning dragon, but apparently that's a thing, so lightning dragon. Also poison is a thing from Cobra. And then Shadow Dragon and Light Dragon. Maybe those. Yeah, we don't know too much about Rogue and Sting yet. But I know like Shadow is one of them. But Light seems pretty vague. Anyways, so it'll be cool to see other elements like grass, kind of plant, dragon. It's kind of weird kind of idea, but I mean just like that, like just like a bunch of different kind of elements. It'll be cool to see different variations. I can't think of it. Like a rock would be kind of cool to see a rock dragon. Or like we have iron. You can't really get anything close to that without calling it iron. Space dragon? No, I'm just kidding. Void dragon, that'd be cool. I mean, Actinologia is kind of like a void dragon in a way. He's sort of like evil and whatever. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be cool to see how many other Dragon Slayers there are in the show. God Slayers, on the other hand, they seem to have died out, if my understanding is correct, because God Slayers is like a lost arc, or lost magic. I mean, it's sort of the Dragon Slayers are sort of the same thing too. They use lost magic too, but I mean, God Slayers. We only see 2 of them so far. We've seen the Divine Flame God Slayer, and then we've seen the Divine, I think it's Divine, Sky God Slayer, Shelia. I don't remember the Flame guy. I just talked about it like with my discussion today, and I forgot his name already. Anyways, yeah, the Fire God Slayer and the Sky God Slayer. We've seen 2 of them so far. Both of them weren't born God Slayers. They learned it. The Fire guy learned it from his master, who wanted a bunch of very high class, very powerful people in his Grimoire Heart Guild. You know, the master of that. He wanted, like, you know, very, very high class, powerful wizards. So, and then I don't know why or how Shelia got her power. Not yet, anyways. So I don't know. I assume she learned it. It's got to be an assumption like that because we don't know anything about her yet. We don't know how she got her powers, but she got them. She read them, probably learned them. Yeah, it's weird. It's kind of weird how Shelia got her powers, but in a way, I'd like to see more God Slayers, but like, if we do see any other God Slayers, I mean, they'd like instantly like start fighting the other Dragon Slayers, right? Like, because the Flame God Slayer went against Natsu, and then the Sky God Slayer went against Windy. So I mean, if we see another God Slayer, it's gonna go up against one of the other Dragon Slayers. So I don't know. Anything, I'd love to see some more God Slayers and Dragon Slayers, to be exact. But yeah, hopefully that answered your question. Will you watch Fairy Tail Zero? It's my understanding that Fairy Tail Zero is part of the show, so like it's like an arc. So I'd just keep watching Fairy Tail until it came up. So that's my answer to that. Have you? Oops, these guys. Hold on. Have you ever watched Black Butler? No, I haven't. That's a really random question, but I'm just curious. No, but I've heard of the thing, and people kind of enjoy it. I don't know what genre it is, so I can't actually say if I would be into watching it. If anything, I'd probably watch it off camera, and then sort of like talk about it to the few people who like kind of want me to. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the genre, so I can't say too much on that. Are you going to stream Stardew Valley anytime soon? And did you know that it is basically an indie Harvest Moon? Yeah! Stardew Valley is a really, really fun game. To those who don't know, Stardew Valley is a game where it's sort of like Farmville in a way, where you plant crops, and then like after a couple of days, the crops harvest, or like, you know, ready for harvest. And you harvest them, and then you sell them for money, and you grow your farm up. You get more land, or you actually like legitly mine your way through your land to get bigger one. You don't have to buy it. You just literally have to like chop trees down, clear the path and everything, make your farm bigger. The coolest aspect on it is the villagers. They're all AI, but you can make relationships with them, and even have like, you know, intimate relationships with one, or I think only one. You can get a wife or husband or whatever, but you have to like really like work at one of the NPCs to actually like get them to like you a lot. But I like the game a lot. it was a very surprise to me that I liked it so much. And like the fighting aspect in it is pretty cool. Like you can go in this mine shaft and like fight people like normal 2D kind of style fighting, or top down god view kind of 2D graphics. But yeah, I'd stream some more. I'm actually wanting to do another playthrough with my friend once the multiplayer comes out, because the multiplayer has been teased for quite a bit since like 2 years ago or whatever like that. Stardew Valley has the opportunity to do multiplayer, so it's a co-op. So it's gonna be really cool to see if that comes out, and when it does, me and my friend want to play it really badly. So when that comes out, yeah, we'll definitely play that. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Who's your favorite Dragon Slayer, excluding Natsu? Cobra. Cobra's my favorite. My favorite. I'd love to see a lot more of him. And like not his new magic. His new magic is cool, but his old like poison magic, like that is to me like the best bit of his character. Not just his ears. Who can hear a lot. I mean, that helps, of course, in combat. You can hear people's like thoughts and like their muscles, so they know where they're going to attack, that kind of thing. But yeah, I just love to see him go back into his dragon mode, where like his arms turn into like scale fists, so like, you know, dragon arms, whatever, and he starts like slashing people. I love to see that more. But yeah, Cobra. Have you seen the animation? Dragon Ranpa, because there isn't any reactions of it, and I think people will like it. I also call it Dragon. It's not Dragon. Dangan Ranpa. Dangan Ranpa. I have not. No. But I'll keep it in mind. Hopefully, I'll go back through here and write all those down for potential shows. What is your favorite ship in Fairy Tail so far? For example, yeah, Gajil versus Levy. And what is your least favorite ship? And the one thing that might annoy you when it occurs. Would you forgive Ultir for everything what she has done to Grey, Jellal, her mother, and Mirdi? Would you forgive? I forgive her. She I'll answer that one first. I'll answer the Ultir one first. Ultir was at the wrong place at the wrong time. And a huge number of bad occurrences happened to her to put her into the place where she saw her mother happy with other kids. So, Ultir had magic kind of flowing through her, so powerful enough that took her for help, because she kept having like, I think, night terrors or something like that. Her magic kept kind of flowing through her, very like scarily kind of thing. So Ur put her into like this kind of care center that we saw in the show, and then I guess a few days later, whatever, Ur came to take her back, but they said that Ultir is dead. The people told Ur that she's dead. She's not dead. They're just keeping her to kind of sculpt her into something better. So when Ultir got away, she found out that Ur had other students, because they just kind of showed up on her doorstep, kind of thing, wanted to get taught, pretty much. So Ultir saw how happy she was. She wasn't happy that she was with other kids. She was happy to maybe see the potentially what Ultir could have been. Ultir could have been one of those kids, all happy and joyful and everything. So yeah, Ultir was misled hardcore throughout her whole life. And then she joined up with the Grimoire Heart, and it hardened her heart so much to the point where she wanted to kill Ultir or Ur. So yeah, I forgive her. She's had a lot of misfortune to lead up to where she is now, and now she's part of the I can't remember their guild. the unofficial guild. I can't remember. It's like wizards something. With I can't remember. I cannot remember. I suck. I suck at names so much. Yeah, so she's part of that guild now, and I think that's a good kind of place for her to kind of help all the stuff that she's done. I mean, she's destroyed towns, villages, like huge amount of towns. People, kill people. She's killed hundreds of people. So hopefully this kind of like helps in a way. Sorry, my throat got really dry. Okay, what is your favorite ship in Fairy Tail so far? My favorite ship. Like I said, I don't ship any. I don't like actively go out and ship people. I only kind of ship the people that we've seen in the show, like kind of get together. Like favorite ship. I mean, to be honest, I was probably like Juvia Gray. This is a kind of funny kind of thing. Juvia is always like falling for him and everything, and Gray's like doesn't know what to do with himself, you know, with her. And I'm wondering to see if he's actually gonna say, you know, go away or stick with her. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. What are the other ones? Like the Nalu ship, Natsu and Lizana. That one doesn't seem to be going anywhere. But as kids, they were like really like into each other, and then I guess throughout her life, she probably was, and to the point where she died. But it doesn't look like they're like gonna be a thing anytime soon. Probably not. Who knows? Yeah, I'd probably say Gajil and Levy. I think that needs to blossom a little bit more before I consider them to be like good, or not good, but like fair, or whatever. How, I don't know. Bad. I'm bad. Yeah, I'll probably say Gray and Juvia is my favorite ship, but it's kind of hard to pick one because I don't ship people very often. Yeah. All right. Where is Ignale and the other dragons? I thought they died at 777, right? Or they didn't die. They vanished. I don't know. Stop somewhere. We saw Ignale in a cave, didn't we? we saw like an orb thing. Like I thought we did. Maybe we did. I don't know. They're off somewhere. What is the Lumen histoire? Yeah, that is the thing underneath the old guild hall. The thing that was like glowing, like bright, and the thing that Gildart saw. I don't know. I'm not sure what it is. Yeah, I'm not sure. The first master, Mavis, she said it was it brings light into the guild. So I don't know. I'm not sure what it does. Because I know the island protects people with the seal, or the guild emblem, like from death, like they won't die. So the light could be like what gives them power. But I thought also that's what the tree does too. The tree kind of gives them power. Maybe the light gives power to the tree. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not sure what it is. It'll be interesting to find out. Why Zeref knew Natsu. Yeah, I was wondering that too when it first came up. I don't know. He's lived like thousands of years. Or 100,000? Can't remember how long he's waited, or he's been alive. But he's been alive like through centuries. I don't know. Maybe it's like a prophecy kind of thing. Because like they always talk about prophecies like in the show, like, yeah, interesting. Could be a prophecy. It could definitely be a prophecy, like Zeref like finding somebody to give him prophecy, like, you know, who's going to end my life kind of thing, and he said like Nazi or whatever, maybe because like he said he wanted to die or something like that, or he's Nazi's the only one that could stop him or something. I can't remember what he said. Something like that, right? I can't remember. I think it's something like that. Yeah. Excuse me, I had the hiccups. Your like and dislike. Oh, I've got to move it down a little bit because one more question there. Okay, your like and dislike. I don't know what that means. Like and dislike. Like in the show in general, like my favorite character is probably Mystigan. My favorite dislike. My least liked character is probably Ichiya. And do you like Yukino, Sabretooth Girl, and why? Prefer Sting or Rogue? I prefer Sting more than Rogue. But we don't know them, so I don't know. What do you? Okay, yeah. Do you like Yukino and why? Yeah, I like her for what we've seen of her. She just seems like a timid, sort of, you know, wanting to help the guild kind of personality. And apparently she's part of the I don't even know what, like the army of the castle. Like she's a sergeant in the military. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that came about, or if she's always been part of the military. I don't know. But she's a celestial wizard. She owns 2 zodiac keys, including a 13th, and she tried to give 2 of them to Lucy, which is interesting because she didn't give up the 13th key, but she wanted to give the other 2 keys. I can't, off the top of my head, I can't remember what the keys were, the names were, but it was the 2 fish and the scale girl. Yeah. But yeah, she's cool, but I think she's got like a dark side or like some kind of like evil intentions sort of thing. I don't know. At the same time, though, now that I'm remembering it, didn't the main knight guy, the general guy with like the white armor that like we always see, like with the block nose or whatever, didn't he like find it interesting that Yukino was in the games? Like he found it really interesting that she was there. So I wonder if she wasn't part of the military until now. That's probably his like plan to keep them or whatever, to enlist them and then like order them to do something. I don't know. Yeah. And then, what is your favorite guild after Fairy Tail? Wendy's guild. Wendy's old guild is what I'd choose probably. If it's a living guild, then it's probably I don't know, Lamia Scale probably. I'd probably choose Lamia Scale if it has to be a living guild that's still active or whatever. Lamia Scale is pretty alright. But yeah, if it's just any guild besides Fairy Tail, then Wendy's old guild, like I can't remember the name of it. It's been a long time since we got to that point. And then yeah, what are you oh, sorry, move down. Oops. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do, when are you going to react to Fairy Tail, the Phoenix Princess movie, or Priestess movie? I'm going to react to it, I think after this arc, is when Dark Wolf said it was appropriate to watch it. I'll watch it whenever he gives the okay to watch it. So yeah, hopefully we can watch stuff. And what is your favorite Dragon Slayer top 3? Cobra, Loxus, and Natsu. Yeah. Cobra, Loxus, Natsu. That's the 3. Sorry, I had something in the window behind me. Behind the screen. I'm not looking at you, I'm looking at the screen from my window behind the camera. So whenever I'm looking like this, I'm looking at the window behind me. Yeah, watch, I can show you. We're on a trip. Woo. See, there's a window there. I'll see my piano. Can you react to anime Vine cracks? I will try. Also, what is your favorite, most epic moment in One Piece? My favorite moment would probably be... Shoot, I'm trying to remember back on one of those fights. The first time Luffy goes into the second gear, with it was on the Isle of the Amazonians, like that kind of race, or whatever. He got teleported to the island. He was there in like that arena that they wanted to kill him in, and then like three of the people that helped him, or whatever, or helped him, whatever, he got turned to stone. And he was trying to protect them, while two of the big, like, general people of the island were trying to fight him. That moment was pretty awesome. Actually, no, he didn't go second gear then, but he used his voice. And that was an awesome moment for me. Yeah, I'd say that moment was like the coolest thing I've ever seen in One Piece. But another time was probably I can't remember what episode it was, but it was like when they all left to go train for like a couple years. My throat is like really dry right now. Yeah, so it was when all of the crew on I can't remember even the ship name. Damn it! When the crew of One Piece, of Luffy's crew, when they all left to go train on different islands for a couple years to kind of like lay low, and train. When they came back together, and they all like were all different. Luffy had like the disguise on with like the big bag, whatever. When he was walking and that like robot dude shot at him, and then he jumped out of the way and landed. That was a really, really cool moment, seeing him just totally wreck that like robot thing, like in like one punch, just like straight down. That was really, really funny. There's a lot of really good moments in the show, but those two are the ones that have stuck with me the most. Yeah, I love One Piece a lot. It was really cool. I just kind of dropped off of it because there's so many episodes. Grazie, Fred. I'm sure you'll hit 5K soon in no time. Oh, I hope. It's fun to get a bunch of people in my discussions and stuff. Are you going to continue to watch the Fairy Tail 2014 season? Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going. Why would I stop? Darth Vader asks, "What is your favorite genre of movies?" Probably like, I don't know. I'm kind of, I know like I said it in Fairy Tail, like I dislike. Oops, I moved up. I said I said it in the Fairy Tail thing a little bit earlier, but I said that I didn't want to see apocalyptic events. But see, this is a different thing for movies. In movies, I love watching apocalyptic events. Stuff like 2012, that movie 2012 was like apocalyptic events, like the world's ending pretty much. I'm trying to remember any other, like all the major ones, like, oh my god, Armageddon, that's the one. Armageddon is a fantastic movie. I love that movie so much. But stuff like Independence Day, like that, those movies are always like really awesome to watch. And I can't wait for Independence Day 2. Like that seems like it's gonna be great. It's gonna be an awesome movie. And I'm sad that Will Smith isn't in it, but we'll just have to stick it out. Yeah, stuff like that is sort of my favorite genre for movies. I also like action, kind of fantasy, sci-fi sort of movies as well. I love Firefly. I love Firefly and Serenity, the movie Serenity. I love that space cowboy kind of feel movie. And that show's fantastic anyways. So, yeah. What is/are your favorite movies, shows, including anime? Firefly is definitely my favorite TV show / movie, because it's also a movie too. They have a movie built in after the show. Favorite movies. I'm pretty fond of V for Vendetta. The guy with the Guy Fawkes mask who kind of wreaks havoc in London to kind of prove a point, sort of thing. Like, I love that movie a lot. I watch it every once in a while. I've probably seen that movie like at least 30 times, probably more. I even watched the movie while in a giant like group watch session. Like sometimes these sites pop up where you can join in, watch a movie with like 100 other people, and like they all like typing in chat and everything like that, like kind of like what they think of the movie kind of thing. And I joined one time, just for like once, whatever. And they were watching V for Vendetta, so I was watching it with them, and I was kind of like typing out what I liked about it and everything, and they were typing the same thing back and everything. It's a pretty cool experience. But yeah, V for Vendetta is a great movie. I also like superhero movies as well. Stuff like Avengers, Avengers 2, that sort of thing. Shoot, I was trying to remember. I really want to see Batman v Superman, like really, really bad. I haven't seen it yet, but I want to see that because I am a big DC fan and Marvel fan. Yeah, I'm not on either side either. Like whenever someone says, "Whoa, what, are you a DC fan or are you a Marvel fan?" I'm kind of a little of both. There are characters in both universes that I love. In Marvel, Nightcrawler is like one of my favorite characters of all time. Got the little blue, no, not little, but the blue guy with a tail that can teleport. He's cool too. Some of my other characters in Marvel that I like a lot. Spider-Man's pretty cool, but in only certain circumstances do I like him. Deadpool! I love Deadpool a lot. Deadpool is awesome. There are a couple X-Men that I like Rogue in X-Men. She's pretty cool. Colossus is pretty cool too. I like him. Yeah. I can't remember any other ones that I like kind of flock to. For DC, Flash, Supergirl, Beast Boy. Oh god, Beast Boy. I absolutely Beast Boy is my favorite DC character. I love Beast Boy a lot. I love all the different transformations he can do. Yeah, Flash, Supergirl, Martian Manhunter, most of the Justice League, really. Just like anybody in Justice League I like, even though they have like a billion members by now, and like in the Justice League Unlimited movie or show / movie too, they had movie too. Like all the characters were always good. Yeah, just anybody. Yeah. So, who is your all-time favorite character out of all anime, shows, film, and or books? Of course, it's a silly question though, as it's obviously me, Darth Vader. Yeah, for I've always flocked to bad guys in a lot of movies. Stuff like Star Wars and stuff like that. I'm always like flocking towards like the dark side, like Darth Vader, all the like the Darth Sidious and all them, all the Darth Maul. Like he was pretty awesome. A favorite character. I don't know. Favorite character of all anime. Of all anime. Man, that's a hard question. That's a really hard question. I'm not sure. I don't think I have a favorite anime. Favorite show? That's a hard question too. That's a really difficult question to ask on any of these like film and or books. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many good characters to pin down. There's so many movies and films I'm not even thinking of that I've seen right now that I absolutely love, but I can't think of anything. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to skip that question because I legitly. The problem is I'd love to tell you, but like, there's so many shows and TV shows that I've seen over the years that I love that I can't remember them right off the top of my head. So I need like a month or something like that to like go through and like try to remember all the different TV shows and movies and films and books and stuff that and anime that I've seen, and then narrow it down from there. But like even then, it's gonna take like a heck of a long time. I don't know. I'm not sure. I have no idea. Like I said, my favorite all-time thing is Firefly. So if I went by that, I'd say River as my favorite character. Yeah. Favorite anime? Cobra, sure. Cobra favorite or Michigan. I'll say Michigan is my favorite anime character. Film. Probably stick with Firefly again. Say film, River, and books. I don't know. That's a hard one. That's a really like that's a whole different level of hard. I don't know. Oh man, I'm not sure. That's really hard. I haven't read a book in like an actual book in like quite a while. I used to read a lot of books. But yeah, dang, I don't know. I'm gonna have to skip that. I'm sorry. Have you watched Naruto / Bleach or One Piece? I watched One Piece. I watched Bleach. A lot of Bleach. I don't think I finished Bleach. But and then yeah, I watched a lot of Naruto. Yes, yes I have. Yes I have. Okay, so now that I have watched the video, sorry for 2 comments. Oh yeah, you have a comment below that. I have 3 questions, if that's okay. What are you most afraid of? Most afraid of? I don't know. I'm not afraid of, I'm not like any kind of like, I'm not afraid of spiders or anything like that. Like we have a shit ton of spiders here. I don't really care for them. I love snakes. I'm not afraid of snakes. I'm not afraid of dark. I prefer the dark more than anything. I don't know. I'm pretty vague on all these questions. I'm sorry. I mean, I can't think of anything that I'm afraid of. I love heights. I'm not afraid of heights. I'm trying to think of stuff that people are normally afraid of. I don't know. I have no idea. What is one thing that matters more than anything else to you? Computers. My computer. My computer, definitely. Every waking second that I'm not doing something, I'm on my computer doing something. My life is on the computer. My life is my computer. I play games with my friends. I play videos that I enjoy, my entertainment. My news comes from my computer. Anything. I moved around so much in my life that all my friends that I used to have growing up they're off doing something else. All the friends, like, hey, I lived in Oregon I grew up in Oregon. So I went to elementary school, middle school, high school, all that stuff. My freshman year of high school, I moved away. So all my friends that I had growing up, they sort of kind of just split and did their own thing. I'm in contact with a couple of my friends still, but a lot of the ones that I have, whatever, I used to know like everybody in my school. Everybody used to be a friend of mine. So yeah, they kind of just stayed there, continued their lives, and you know I kind of lost track of what everyone did because there's so many people. But like I said, I still try to stay in contact with a few of my friends. But when I moved away, I had my computer, and so I was on my computer talking with the friends that I could still stay in contact with. And I sort of started going on different games like Minecraft and World of Warcraft and a couple other like big, like massive multiplayer online games. I've made a lot of friends over the years, and I've stayed in contact with a lot of them. And yeah, I sort of kind of, in a way, filled the void that I felt after leaving all my best friends and stuff, people I grew up with, you know. So I sort of, yeah, I filled the void with more people, and I sort of gained the ability to make a lot of friends. It became really easy for me to like start conversations and start talking with people, and people like the way I am, and they like the way I think and all that stuff. So they started sticking around. They started enjoying my company more. I started joining their company. Started going back and forth. Made more friends, more friends, and yeah, I guess just my computer in general is like the question that you ask. It's a pretty heavy question to answer. My answer is pretty heavy, but yeah, my computer is my life. All my friends that I know now, I know like I know like 30 or 40, and they're all good friends, and they all do different things. They're all across the world. I know people in China. I know people in... I 2 people in Russia. I know a couple people in England and Europe, that sort of thing. A ton of people in the US. I know somebody in South Africa. I know somebody in Hawaii, like across the ocean from the US. I'm trying to think who else is like in the kind of vague area. I know a ton of people all over the world, and we're like constant contact. Computer's a great thing. And yeah, to answer the other question that you have there, they can barely see on the picture. What do you wish? What do I wish? What do I wish? I don't know. I don't know what I wish. It's a hard question too. Like all these like really hard questions. I wish for like good health and like happiness and stuff. I'm always happy really, but it takes a lot. It takes a lot of energy to make me mad. I never get mad. That's the thing. It takes me. My family is always happy, and of course we have our ups and downs, but it doesn't make. Like we always have like a good personality behind it. So it's like when someone gets mad, we laugh it off and we continue on with our day and everything. We forgive them and whatever. That's the sort of thing we do in our family, and I sort of kind of got that, and my mom gave me that trait, and I love laughing. So yeah, good fortune, happiness, all that stuff, all that mushy gush stuff, kind of stuff. All right, and then don't have to do it all 3, but if you 3, yeah, I did all 3. And then this question I think is he wanted me to like whatever. Oh, look, I'm gonna read it anyways. Wait, you only have 25k. I thought you had way more. I do have way more than that now, but don't get me wrong. That's a huge number. I'm proud of you, but maybe I always read the wrong number wrong. Yeah. I think I have. Hold on, let me look how many I have currently right now. Just want a rough estimate. Oh, this is my second channel. Oops. I have 2,643 subs, so I'm 143 subs above my 2,500 milestone. But yeah. So yeah, that's how much I am right now. What are your thoughts on Jellal? Jellal is a cool character. He's trying to think a good word for what he is. If you talk about like his old ways, like he's or how he was, you know, when he's growing up and everything, he's sort of kind of sticking with that same kind of personality, like the way he was with Erza in the cells. That sort of like kind of suave sort of feel to his character. I like that a lot, and his character now is now that he's not part of Ultir's like magic or whatever, but him right now is pretty interesting, and I can't wait to see what more his character could bring to Fairy Tail and what he does. Yeah, I mean he's sort of in a way the same way Ultir is. Ultir was in the wrong place at the wrong time and saw something that she shouldn't have seen, kind of thing. Not that she shouldn't have seen her mom being happy, but she saw it at the wrong light, she interpreted it the wrong way. And same with Jellal. He was the wrong place at the wrong time. He was in a jail because he tried to help Erza. and he sort of just kind of fell victim to Ultir's like magic. So that's why he kind of went the route he did. It's why he became kind of evil and started building the Tower of Heaven. So, now that he's like free of Ultir's grasp and she's helping him become a better person and everything like that, or I'm not sure, but he seems like a good character now. I can't wait to see what else he has left. I would love to see more of Mist again. Jellal's counterpart. Yeah. Next, since you were one of mine. Wait. Seems you were one of mine, I must ask, how were your inspirations to start doing reaction videos? Going back to like my friend thing, my friend question, when I like got all, I talked about with my friends. I love talking to people. I love like kind of getting to know people, and I don't know. It's going back to my fear thing. I'm not a big like. I don't fear being in front of the camera. I don't fear being in front of like 100,000 people. You know, whatever. Even I know I don't get that many views, but I'm not in constant fear of that. And making so many friends over my life, I've learned sort of a way to kind of get to everybody in a way. Like laughter is like a good way to get to people, and kind of like break the barriers of like the unknown. You know, like if you meet somebody, you don't know who they are. So if they make you laugh, if they make you entertain, or if they entertain you, sort of way, then all of a sudden that barrier drops, and you start to like the person more, and you start to kind of feel them out, and start to see more of them and everything. So that's sort of what I do here. I entertain people. I get to know you people, or you people, sorry. I start to know you guys, and you guys start to know me a bit more, hopefully, and you know, relationships or whatever. You start to like know each other, and I've learned a lot how to make a lot of friends. So that's sort of what I'm doing here. I'm kind of doing exactly what I do when I make friends. I just talk and share my opinions and all that stuff, and hopefully you guys gonna like that kind of idea. And that style, and that's why I started making reaction videos. I loved seeing anime shows and shows in general and that kind of thing, and I always hated the idea that I could never see my reaction to something that I watched previously. Like some of the One Piece moments that I was talking about, I would have loved to see my reaction at that moment again. I sometimes go back to my Ruby reactions, my Volume 3 Ruby reactions, just to see my reactions to something. I got really into Ruby, so much so that I said screw it and started reacting the moment Ruby came out, or like a month before Ruby came out, whatever. I really love Ruby so much that that's how I started. I started doing Ruby reactions, and I love seeing my reactions more than anything. Like, it makes you a big person if you like yourself. Like, I'm not vain. I don't, like, love me, like, kind of thing. I don't, like, look in the mirror going, like, oh, you're gorgeous, you know, kind of thing like that. I don't do that. I do reactions to show my future self what my reaction was at that moment, if that makes sense. And I like seeing my reactions as well, because it makes it even funnier to me in a way, like, oh, I was so caught up in the moment that I acted that way, sort of thing. Like, a lot of the Ruby stuff, I got really like excited at some points that I couldn't handle it. Like it was so good that my reaction was sort of weird and goofy and everything. So it's funny for me to see my old reactions and seeing what I acted like back then. I mean, back then it's like not even a year ago. Like my channel hasn't been alive for more than a year, but it's still good to see way back when, you know, when I started. All that stuff. So that's sort of my inspirations. Just friends in general. Friends told me I'm a good kind of good talker, and I make a lot of friends easily. So why not just go to the field that is easiest to do that with? Because in a way, I'm making friends with all of you guys, even though I don't see the other side of the screen. But you guys see me, you guys get to know me, and I get to talk to you in the comments and everything, and I get to kind of grow with you guys. So that's sort of the path I'm on. And let me go up a little bit. Shoot. Have you watched other animes besides Ruby, Fairy Tail, One Piece, etc.? Yeah. I talked about it a little bit early on. Bunch of like Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Digimon. Like I said, Beyblade. I watched Beyblade like when I was a kid. I grew up on anime that, like I said, did not seem like anime, like, because they just seemed like children's like cartoons, but they came from Japan, like they were anime, they were legit animes, and like these were like the American dubbed versions of the show, to kind of show to children, to kind of like, you know, broaden the horizon of media. So early on, I got to see a lot of kind of like children anime. And yeah, I saw a ton of it, and yeah. When I got older and got a computer and started kind of learning the more of the anime lifestyle and style of animation, I started to watch more and started to watch One Piece. I got really into that. Started watching more and more and more. Started to get in the field, that sort of thing. So yeah. All right. What type of dragon or god slayer would you want to be? I said it in my other Q&A video, I believe, but I'd love to have what Cobra does, like the poison magic, or, you know, poison god. A poison god slayer would be cool. I'd like to be a poison god slayer, but well, maybe poison dragon. God slayers seem like so OP to the moment where they actually go against the other sort of dragon slayer, and the dragon slayer wins over the god slayer. So I'd probably just go with Dragon Slayer like Cobra, and just kind of have his lifestyle in a way, like his magic, his ears, like that kind of thing. Like all of that, like just screams Cobra, like the actual snake Cobra, right? So it's like Cabellios is a cobra, or like, not a cobra, she's a snake, but he's a cobra. So like he can hear good, you know, all this stuff. I don't know. I'd love to have what Cobra. I love to be Cobra right now. So, can you react to Fairy Tail on crack videos? I plan on it. It might be a while until I start doing it, but I'd like I said, I'll get Darkwolf to kind of look through a couple things and see what's good. Are there any other types of animes you plan on doing for your channel? Yeah, I went over it a little bit before. Fate Zero, I'm gonna keep doing that. Even the Fate Zero Night, Stay Night, UBD, TV show, whatever. Log Horizon and Grimgar are the ones that I have on the list currently right now that I know for a fact I'm gonna watch. And the other ones I have that you guys always suggest, I have just like on like a mental note. And I'll kind of periodically go through them and see which ones I want to go through next. Do you ship anyone, or yeah, do you ship anyone together in Fairy Tail? Like I said, I don't really ship anything like actively. I just kind of go with the flow, what the show is showing us. So like Nalu early on when they were kids, that was starting to become a ship in a way. Like I said, it doesn't really seem like it's going anywhere now, but yeah, Gray and Juvia, like, yeah, that sort of thing. And I don't think that's it. That's it. Sweet. That's all the questions. That's everything we had. Sweet. That was like 100 and how many comments was that? That was, doesn't even say. Literally does not say on this page. I think it's like 113 or something like that comments. And some of the comments are not questions. They're just kind of like talking about, but there's like discussion with each other, like, you know, people talking with each other. So just to keep in mind for those that if you didn't see your comment on this list that I talked about. Just keep in mind that Darkwolf, he went through and deleted, I think he deleted 10, I have to say 10 maybe, questions. They went way beyond where I am in the show. They legitimately asked me questions I've never even heard the characters for yet, for some reason they thought I would. So Dark Wolf went. I never saw the questions at all, so don't worry about that. But Dark Wolf went through. He deleted the ones that were spoilery, or had too much information, or whatever, and he got rid of them. So if you didn't see the question in here, that's why. You're bad. You're asking the bad questions. So yeah, if you ever wondered that, that's why. And then he told me that he deleted some. So yeah. So yeah, thank you guys so much for 2,600 subs. That I'm at now, but yeah, 2,500 plus 2,600 or whatever subs. I can't wait to kind of entertain you guys more with more series and more shows and such. Like I said, I'm going to start up Ruby Games again. I just have to wait for the game to kind of update. That way I can do stuff with it. And hopefully I can start another show pretty soon once I catch up with the dub for Fairy Tail. Yeah, we'll continue on from there and see how well this keeps going. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Because like I said, New Year's I had 1,000, now I have 2,500 or 2,600. So 4 months goes by and I already have 1,600 more views than I had in New Year's. So it's very cool to see all the love and what people think. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to do these every once in a while, like maybe 3,000 subs. When I get to that at some point. It might be a little while until I get to that point, but yeah, so 3,000 subs I might do another Q&A, that sort of thing. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in any other video on my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, I'll see you next time. See ya.